Just ahead on Good Company, Richard Simmons is here to say goodbye to us and hello to a lot of the people he's helped lose hundreds of pounds.
Also meet our producers who share some of their favorite moments.
And I'll join Steve and Sharon on set, and I'll have some of my favorite moments from the past 12 years as well. So stay with us, everybody.
Hi, I'm David, just reminding you that there's only 2 good companies left, but personally, I'll be watching Animaniacs.
Good fun, good friends, good times that never end. Talking about the good times on Good Company. Good fun, good friends, good company.
Today on Good Company, the wild and crazy fitness guru Richard Simmons is in our studio. We'll tell you about a new pasta bar in Minneapolis. Plus, Gary Lumpkin looks back at his favorite moments on Good Company.
Good fun, good friends, good company.
And now, here are your hosts, the husband and wife team, Steve and Sharon.
Oh, how nice. Thank you.
Thank you. That makes it a little harder, actually.
Great group. And do we have some people for you today?
Yes, we do. We have a fun show today. Richard Simmons is back with us. Outrageous Richard. Heard we were... Richard has been coming to Good Company, I think, since just about the very beginning of the show. He heard we were going off, and he said, I want to be there for one of your last shows.
That's right. I think Richard has actually done more of our shows than we have. We followed Richard to New Orleans. I think he's from New Orleans originally. They had a Mardi Gras, so we followed what he was doing. Yeah. You know, it's more than just what he normally does on TV. He's really been coming back here to do our show for years because we've wanted him to be here. The truth about Richard is there is no one that does spontaneous... who knows what's going to happen television better than he does? As a matter of fact, because I know this guy, I don't have any notes because he seems to be the king when it comes to ripping everything up and just making anything happen. For example, when he was first on our show, this is what happened. Would you all welcome, please, Mr. Richard Simmons.
How you doing? Hey!
Welcome, please, Mr. Richard Simmons. Hello, Richard. Oh, well.
Are these yours?
Yes.
Let's just...
Oh, there they go. Yes, well.
Listen.
Well, what's that?
We're just going to have a heck of a good
Yeah,
time
yeah. There's a lot of things happening in the Twin Cities this weekend.
It's so dumb that they give you scripts
yeah,
like
it's
this.
ridiculous. Let's just tear them off. Who cares what's happening? Look, Richard, no notes. Richard Simmons! I don't know. No.
Clean you up here. Hi, everybody. Hello.
A little harder to lift me up now.
No, he didn't seem to have any trouble at all. He's still really strong.
No, I did my little exercises this morning at the Marquette, so here I am ready.
Hey, you're looking good, buddy. How are you?
Well, how am I? A little unhappy about this situation.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to come to Minnesota. I got on a plane yesterday, and I got in last night, and I don't know, it's just very emotional for me.
Yeah.
It seems a lot of the local shows that I've been doing for just over a decade are disappearing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough.
You know what? You make those shows happen. You are
Absolutely.
probably one of the most spontaneous guests ever. You're sick, Richard, and
I
that's the key. You're a sickie
So,
through
Richard,
and
you've
through.
been coming here since what, 1983?
About 1983 when I played Laura on General Hospital. And
Which was a high point for you.
it was. It was a high
And
point.
since you got off, the show's gone into the dumper.
Yeah, it has. So do you think you've changed much since 1983?
Let's see, I'm doing the exact same thing. I travel 300 days a year.
Oh, my gosh.
I teach classes all around the country. The last 2 years, I have been planning to do something because, you know, our country doesn't treat overweight people. We've talked about this before. Fat people don't get treated very well, and I can't get fat people into hospitals. I have over 3,000 people on a waiting list. I have people in Minnesota who are weighing 400 and 500 pounds. No one in this state will take them. I have 2 floors of a hospital in Boston called Jewish Memorial Hospital. I have 34 patients who weigh between 500 and 1,200 pounds.
Really?
So for 2 years now, I've been working, and I hope by the end of this year, I will have my own hospital.
So they're in the
And I will-
hospital to take off weight?
Yes.
Good for you,
To
Richard.
me, when a man or a woman or a teenager gets to be 200-300 pounds, they cannot, for the most part, do this at home because they have a family, there's always food. So I need a place to bring them to stay 30 days or 60 days, sometimes a year, in order for them to get their habits really set, their lifestyle changes, their exercise changing, and then to bring them back in their environment. But I can't find hospitals anywhere, so to create my own, and mine will have the first swimming pool with a walking track inside.
That's a good idea.
Because these people who are very obese can't even lift their legs or walk for more than 5 minutes. But I put them in the water. I have Happy, who you've seen on some television shows. She's now lost over 200 pounds. And I was in Jewish Memorial Hospital last week, and she walked for the first time.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's great.
So that was an amazing thing. It was amazing.
It is true. The Richard has always been the champion of some people who have even given up on themselves. We want to show some highlights because you have been here. And we want to show some people just some highlights of things you've done in the past. And then we want to continue with the present. Here he is.
All
You're
right.
going to love this. The kids are going to love it. Your husband's going to come home and say, "You spent all day in the kitchen for me. Let's have a baby."
Hello?
I love you.
Hi, Richard.
She knew right on. I didn't tell her, really.
How the hell are you, girl?
Fine.
Well, you got that baby out, didn't you? Nice little boy. Nice, healthy little boy.
It's just a doll.
Whose baby is it, Sharon? Why doesn't Dominic wear underwear? Dominic, I know you all came here in jogging suits, but you must wear underwear. What do you do with this? It's a hairdryer. It's a earring. You can make hair curlers out of cardboard. Da-dun. Da-dun. Okay. Dominic, look what we have for you, Dominic.
More later.
Who is this? I mean, you
Bad.
lose weight by just being a nervous wreck. Such a trashy show this is.
You know all I need is to get my boogie down. I want to, and all I need is to get my boogie down.
Just the two of us.
Now squeeze.
We can
Squeeze.
make it if we try.
Squeeze. Isn't this romantic? Now hold it up.
So come on, you, locomotion with me.
I hope the people at home are having as much fun.
This is great. We're having a good time, I want to tell you.
Because that bottle of sherry disappeared. I'm telling you.
Seeing the success of other people helps to keep me inspired and motivated. And I know where I want to be, and I know what I want to do, and I know what it's going to take to make me happy.
Richard Simmons goes to, there are people who come up to him and say, "You have changed my life." And we have some of those people with us today. We want to introduce them to you, and they would love to meet the person who has inspired them, Richard Simmons, in just a moment. First of all, let us introduce you to Jody Martin. Jody is 29. She's from Elk River. In the last year and a half, she has taken over 100 pounds off of her body. Here's a letter that she wrote to Richard. "Dear Richard, even though we've never met, I feel like you are my best friend. You have helped me accomplish what no one else has ever been able to do. You have given me the motivation to lose over 100 pounds and go from a size 28 to a size 14. I have changed in many ways, as my husband will agree. He's still adjusting to the new me. He says I drive him crazy because I have so much energy." Would you please stand up, Jody? And here she is, 100 pounds lighter. Look at you. How did you do it?
I did it with Richard's help.
Yeah? It made a big difference.
Big difference.
What
Kept
made
me
a difference?
motivated. Kept me motivated. It was fun. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Good for you. You look great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. 100 pounds! Whoa!
Okay, it is time to meet Crystal Pruitt right here. She's 9 years old, and her mom, Sandy. Crystal is in the 3rd grade. She's always been heavy. For years, her mother took her to specialist after specialist, but after she met Richard, at least met his material, she finally slimmed down and has lost how much so far?
55 pounds.
You wanted to meet him, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did kids tease you when you were heavier?
Yes.
Yeah. Not so much now, huh?
No.
Yeah. Did you want to say anything to Richard?
No.
Yeah, because once you meet a guy, what do you say to him anyway?
Is this your mommy?
Yes.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Tell me what changes you've seen in your daughter. And you're very thin, so it had to be kind of hard for you. How did you influence her?
Well, she's wanted to lose weight, and we've taken her to doctors, and they've blood work, thyroid, been in the hospital for different things, and not one of them ever said about the fat gram. And I've seen you so much on TV, and I was watching QVC one day, and you said it was okay for kids to go on this. So we talked about it, and she was all excited, and it's taken her 4.5 months to lose 55 pounds.
Put it there. Whoa!
Congratulations.
This was our last resort. We had tried everything, every diet, everything we could think of, and this was the last thing that I could think of to try.
And she did it with the exercise.
Exercise and...
See, that's why when I designed the deal and meal and the sweat and tapes, it has to be fun because eating is so much fun. It really is. I mean, every time I would come to do the show, you all would talk about a new restaurant, a new, a new place. Food is so much fun. So I feel if you had fun putting the weight on, you got to have some fun taking the weight off. And that's why sometimes when you see exercise videos and they're so serious and everybody looks so, you know, just so intense, that, you know, to me, you just have to have fun doing this. Congratulations on starting your life so young with healthy attitudes.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
And I know you've helped motivate people through their whole weight loss, and we want to introduce you right now to Jimmy Starr. Let's take a picture of Jimmy because Jimmy hasn't always had a weight problem. He's been very slim in his life, and yet over the last 10 years he's been putting on weight. He's reached a high of 525 pounds. He has been able to take some off, but over the holidays he put some back on. So he's really looking for some help from Richard to get motivated. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Just stand up for us.
Hi, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Is this your wife?
This is my wife.
Stand up with you. So you took how much off?
About 140.
And you put how much back on?
About probably 50.
Can you forgive yourself for those 50 pounds, or does it haunt you?
It's haunting me, and it's tough. It's like I'm having a hard time getting started again.
Well, here's the thing. How long have you two been married?
You better know.
You better know, buddy,
17
or you're going to
years.
lose 100 pounds quick.
17 years.
You've married 17 years. You have children?
4 children.
You have 4 children. You both have to completely change your lifestyle. I mean, do you have a deal, Emil?
Yeah, we have part of it. We have one set of cards and one tape.
Well, you know what I'll do? I'll get your address, and I'll send you each a deal, Emil. So you have to do
thank
this.
you.
Steve, this is a family affair. Eating is so important to the family unit. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, watching TV, going to the movies, picnics. So now you have to do this together. You have to go shopping together with the children. You have to start exercising, making some time walking. You're doing something.
I walk right now a mile a day. I've started. It's really tough, but I got it going again. But I got up to like 2 miles a day, and then I was riding a bike along with your deal, Emil. So.
Well, I'm going to get each a set and a couple tapes, and we'll start again. That's all we have.
Good luck to you.
Start again.
Good luck.
Okay.
Richard? We got to go, buddy, but we have something for you to remember us. A Good Company T-shirt. We got an extra large just so you could wear it as a night shirt. How you doing, buddy? That's for you, okay? Thanks. Thanks. You know, the Good Company production team is probably the best group of television masters in this town, or probably any other.
Right.
And we thought it would be fun for you to get an opportunity to meet them. We know them, but you really haven't had a chance to meet them. And so this is that. They're going to tell us a little bit about some of their favorite times. First, our producer, Dee Dee Engabus, who came to KSTP in 1977.
Dee Dee was our...
77.
Dee Dee was our very first intern on the Twin Cities Today show way back then when we first started in television.
Right. She is just, you know, she knows television like nobody knows television. She works very hard. She is fun. She is our staff cheerleader, and she has put on more relatives on this show more times than anybody in the history of television.
We've seen them all grow up.
Yes, they've all grown up.
Anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I have to say that you've been a great mentor to me,
Well,
both
thank
of
you.
you. Yes.
So what do you have for us?
Well, I have, with the show, we've traveled so often all over the country. One of my favorite times was when we went to Vancouver Island.
Yes.
And we did a story on bungee jumping, and I waited until the very end of the day to try it. And
She did it.
I did it.
Dee Dee bungeed when it was very new, and people thought it was very, of course it is scary, but then it was dangerous and scary.
Yes. So, Terry, roll that tape.
Hey, Deeds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1,
It just kept going on and on.
The scream reached a new high halfway through.
Oh.
Yes.
Were you even aware you were screaming?
I wasn't.
No.
I didn't even know that had happened.
Until your
but-
voice was gone.
Yes.
Right.
But
And that
it was a-
aligned Dee Dee's brain in just the right way to produce this show for 6 years.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Dee Dee.
Let us introduce you now to Kara Wayne. Kara has been on the Good Company show for 5 years. She came back, actually from Albert Lee, but came back from Los Angeles where she was living with her husband to, well, to have this lifestyle and to raise a family. And they
That's
now
right.
have a little boy named Alec who's 2.5 years old. And Kara, I got to tell you, is very professional. She is really solid. She's also funny. She's also the only person on our staff who can watch all those medical tapes without wincing. I don't know how she
That's right.
does it.
She loves the gore. Can't figure out-
But I
and
love
she
to
is
share it.
the unshockable member of Good
Unshockable.
Company's
She's
staff.
heard it all.
That's with a
Thank
great sense
you.
of humor
Thank you.
and real style.
Thank you.
Yeah. You want people to know that producing television isn't always that glamorous.
That's right. People have an impression that it's a lot of celebrities, a lot of travel, and that's part of it. But there's also a very unglamorous side, and I thought I'd take a peek at that today.
The unglamorous.
Yeah. State Fair, not one of my favorite moments. I always seem to end up in the animal barns, usually swine, picking out the biggest boar.
This wasn't your magic
Sometimes,
moment?
This was not a magic moment of mine. No, I don't know why. I always had to look after the big boar. Another moment, 5 years ago, Sharon's birthday, I spent an hour on a freeway overpass in a gorilla outfit.
There goes you!
For a 5-second shot when you went by and spotted me up there and then waved.
Thank goodness I saw
And of
you.
course, a medical. We talked about this earlier.
Yes,
I
gore.
actually attended this surgery. It was a liposuction surgery, which is kind of interesting. We just had Richard Simmons on, and I've been counting my fat grams ever since.
Yeah. So you were in the room as they were
You were
sucking the
watching
stuff
that.
out.
I was there.
But you always want to put on the gory pictures
know,
that I say forget
I
about.
know. We've had a few moments. Steve, that shot is staying. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Just for a quick second, maybe.
That's right. She wants the meat shot.
So I like to
You
just
gotta
go to the
have
shock and then go to something else. And
Yeah.
it's,
Well, you do
it's
a
been
great
fun.
job.
Thank you. It's been a hoot from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Great.
And I'm in the
Peter Clem. Peter Clem came to us from Portland, Oregon, where he had been doing television already for 7 years.
Although he's just a kid.
Although he's just a kid, and now he is with us, a master of tape and of the unusual segment that's going to go on the air, and always gets it done, and is trustworthy, and has the biggest collection of ties of
Yeah.
anybody in the universe. Take a look at this thing, for
Great
example.
energy and enthusiasm from Peter. And he's absolutely wild about his wife.
Yes, we should say.
Oh, yes. Yeah, here, let's put the wedding ring in this shot.
Absolutely wild about it.
Peter Clem, the only guy that plays kissy with his wife more than I do with my wife. That's right. It's amazing.
Well, they're still newlyweds.
That's right. So, Peter, what did you bring for us?
Well, you know, I got to tell you that daytime TV is primarily female-oriented, and as a male, producing it is quite a challenge. And I probably know more about women emotionally and physiologically than most women do. And,
I'm sure you do.
And then we have this thing on Good Company where if you come up with an idea, then dang it, you're going to produce it.
Right.
And so I found this hypnotherapist out on the West Coast that produces these audio cassettes that women are supposed to listen to. It's supposed to increase their breast size.
That's
and we
right. And this was your
Audio
idea.
tapes to increase breath.
We just aired this a month ago, and of course, before we actually put the segments on the air, we producers have to experience some things. So I listened to it, and this is what we heard.
Your breasts are the physical manifestation of your consciousness. Your breasts respond to your consciousness.
And so...
And they become whatever they are willed to be.
So you see where we're going with this, you know, it's quite fun. So I was calling 100 women and asking them if they're willing to try this, but I, of course, had to ask their cup size. They're saying, you're a man, I'm not telling you.
But surprisingly, a lot of them did, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
And Peter made the segment pay off as always. Thank you, Peter. Peter Clam.
Thank you.
We are going to meet the rest of the Good Company producing staff a little later in the show. Thank you all. You have really made it what it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Sharon and I had babies at the same time, so following her pregnancy, and I'm really going to miss the show.
Well, with 3 active children, I love Donna Erickson's parenting tips.
I love Gary Lumpkin and his willingness to try different things all the time, and Steve and Sharon and their playfulness with each other, and I don't know, I'm really going to miss the show.
I'd just like to say we've had a lot of fun watching Steve and Sharon out at the State Fair, and we're really going to miss you guys this year.
Well, it was over 12 years ago, and the word was out that we were looking for a field host for a new show that was going to go on the air, Good
Right.
Company. These tapes kept coming at us from this guy in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I kept saying to Steve, this is the guy. I tell you, his name is Gary Lumpkin. This is the guy. These
Well,
tapes
you know, I'll
kept
say
coming.
you have tapes come in, but there's only some where people gather around the television set and just try to watch
Yeah.
and go, look at that! And he was the guy.
And we were lucky enough to get Gary Lumpkin on the show, and he has been here for all 12 years.
And a master.
Doing brilliant television.
Yeah. And not to go at length, but not only a guy who's great in front of the camera, but, you know, he manipulates his own stories. He
Master.
really, really knows TV.
Yeah. You can make every
What'd you bring
event
here,
look
bud?
like you gotta be
That's
there.
right.
Well, you gotta love
be
it.
there.
You know what I mean? I mean, you
You can
gotta
sell this couch.
That's right. Well, in fact, I have an offer on it right now.
I bet you do.
I bet you do.
Will be. But well, thank you very much. You know, it was really amazing thinking back 12 years ago. I'm in Salt Lake, and I really had to look up, and I kind of knew where Minnesota was, but I had to look where Minneapolis and St. Paul, where it was in the geography
That's right.
at all. I didn't know much about it.
You grew up in California.
I
in
did. I'm a
Texas.
Southern California kid, scared to death of the snow, but now this has really become home. And
Can't believe you're scared to death of anything.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
But you do it anyway?
Oh, wait, listen, you gotta, because, I mean, you only get maybe that one chance, you know, and luckily over the course of the past 12 plus years, I've had some chances, and I've taken them.
And taken a few, yeah.
Well, I have some favorite moments. You know, people ask me my favorite story. There's no way I could possibly come up with an answer. It just kind of changes from time to time. But here's some that I think rank right up there. Take a look. Well, hi, everybody. Right now, I am at International Market Square, all dressed up. Well, hi, everybody. We've come to Las Vegas. Well, hi, everybody from Daytona Beach, Florida. Well, hi, everybody. That's right. We're back here at Siren. Well, hi, everybody. That's right. We're back at Laguna Beach, California. Well, hi, everybody, once again from Roberts, Wisconsin. Well, we're about to show you an event. Okay, I know. I use certain phrases over and over in my stories. Oh, all right. Well, there you have it. So there you have it. Well, there you have it. Well, there you have it. The Timberwolves.
But actually, it's not just the words that keep showing up again and again. I seem to crash and fall a lot, too.
Yes, there have been quite a few falls over the years. In fact, this was one of the first stories I did on Good Company, and it's still one of my favorites. I'm with a couple of Hollywood stuntmen, and I'm about to fall through a trap door with a rope around my neck.
Set it up, guys. I mean, really.
Oh, yeah, sure, look great.
Okay. You know, I'm ready to get on with the wedding. In fact, I'm kind of tired of hanging around.
Oh, man.
From the Twin Cities, it's Good Company.
Now, also looking way back, this was the way Good Company opened several years ago. A series of clips, and for my introduction, a water ski jump. Now that's a fall. Yes, I had to watch this crash every day until the day I got to try it again. This was it. It was now or never. I had to do it. I just had to. So I pulled the rope into my body, kept my head up, and jumped, and I made it! I actually made it! And speaking of adventure, here's a story with adventure of a different kind. It's when I was a model. A nude model. Okay, here goes. And so there I was. I was posing, and they were drawing. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, the students weren't gawking at me or anything like that. They were sketching me, just like they would any other nude model. And frankly, even some of the students who just happened to be passing by upstairs looked through the window, and I could tell that they were very impressed. Now here's another personal favorite, wing walking. And as we lift off the ground, I cannot even begin to explain what an exhilarating feeling this is. I'm on top of the wings of an airplane, an enormous force of wind is pushing against my face as we start to lift higher and higher, and let me just say that it is incredible. And then there was the time, instead of riding on top of an airplane, I jumped out of one. That's right, skydiving. And then it was time. Now the video is coming from Bill's helmet camera as he's hanging onto the outside of the plane behind the door. Then John Kerry, with me in the middle, are out under the wing, and just as we had practiced, I hop back and the free fall begins. Now John and Kerry are flanked on either side as we accelerate quickly. In fact, with the wind rushing by, amazingly, there's no sensation of falling per se, just speed through the air. In this case, straight down. It is beautiful, and we go right through the clouds. It was fabulous. That's right, no sensation of speed from this angle, but take a look at it from the ground, and you can see we are falling rapidly, accelerating to 120 miles an hour. But then I remember, I'm supposed to be practicing my ripcord pulls. The technique is to reach down for the ripcord with my right hand while counterbalancing the movement with my left hand going up to my head. I go through it several times, and I think I'm doing it okay, when all of a sudden, Carrie hits the altimeter on my chest. That's the signal to pull my ripcord. But I tried to, but I grabbed the wrong handle, and John has to pull the ripcord for me. Finally, I'm gone. Carrie's so excited, he does 3 backflips. He's glad to be rid of me. And speaking of jumping, here is my most memorable story. And it involves jumping, and it's the one I get asked about the most. Still, even though I did it over 3 years ago, it was on Vancouver Island in Canada, it's bungee jumping.
Countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bungee!
All right, what a thrill. My heart was pounding. I was totally disoriented, but I was okay. Or so I thought. You see, during my descent, I had not used good form. My arms were flailing. I'm out of control. I'd completely forgotten Greg's advice.
Above all else, look cool.
Look cool?
Look cool. Don't give it away. Look cool.
Well, after that, I had to go up and do it again. I mean, my masculine pride was at stake. And let me tell you, it was just as spooky the second time.
3, 2, 1,
Yeah, a beautiful swan dive and right into the river. And right back out again. That was close enough. See you next time. Where are you? Where am I? We'll see you next time. 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 Say see you next time.
See you next time.
Whew, got that right.
Gary, we're not going to say our goodbyes because this isn't the last show.
That's right, we got one
another
more.
show, so we're not going to say goodbyes. But people want to know, do you want to continue to take chances? I mean, if you're doing this show or not, because you take huge chances.
I'll say the same thing again. I think sometimes you only get one chance at something, the opportunity.
But you weren't doing it for TV? I mean, would you keep doing these crazy things even if you
Just
weren't
for
on
you?
TV?
Oh, sure, absolutely. No
Even if you weren't paid to do it?
Yeah, yeah. Was I supposed to be getting paid for this?
You know, we found out recently the answer is no.
Well, there you go. I'd do it for another 12 years. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Oh, man, look at this.
Just all the activities that they would tell you about. I mean, you knew what was going on around town, and you didn't have to go through the newspaper or magazines, and give you some good ideas on things to do.
And I like the people, different people that they have on every day. It's different, quite a different show.
I like Gary Lumpkin because he was funny and he brought us to places in Minnesota and different events that we could learn what was going on in Minnesota.
Our producers.
Right, these people who make us look good out here. Julie Johnson has been with the show for what, 4 years, Julie? Julie, I first met because she was in school and came to interview me, and she was a great interviewer. She even listened to me. Then she came back and was an intern on the Good Company show and worked her way up through our staff and has become a fabulous producer on the show. She's such a warm, compassionate, professional person who has by far the best laugh you'll ever hear.
Yes, she does.
She just keeps us all laughing around
She
the
has a
office.
way with children that is unbelievable, which you can elicit on tape. She is a real artist when it comes to putting together videotape, and she really cares. And she is addicted to chapstick, and we can't figure out what's with the chapstick. Anyway, what do you have for us, Julie?
Well, one of my favorite times on the show is meeting celebrities.
Yes, you do love the
celebrities. I remember when you went to LA, you two were always looking for celebs, right?
Yep, we're on the hunt for celebs. This is Tom and Roseanne with me when I was an intern. It's my first celebrity encounter. This is David Cassidy and I.
She looks serious.
Yeah, it was. We were in the makeup room together. This is Dolly. She really notices that I'm there. She cares. This is Don Wells and I. She was Marianne on Gilligan's Island. She was darling.
Yeah.
I loved her. This is Louis Anderson and I. He's one of my favorites. He was just great when he came. And this is when we went to Tool Time. Yep, behind the scenes, and we couldn't get a picture with Tim Allen and Patricia because we only had a couple minutes, so we kind of faked it and got one on the scenes.
Yeah, we got one on this wall.
Yeah. And then we ran into Johnny Carson at the airport.
That's right.
That was the best encounter.
So people
we're looking for big celebrities, and we're in the airport. And, you know, Julie's really disappointed. She had met Tim Allen, who's huge, but not enough people. We walk into the Northwest Airlines waiting room, their VIP room. there is Johnny Carson.
Yep.
And Julie takes one look and says, holy blank. I mean...
I didn't believe you that he was there.
Yeah, it was great. All right. Anyway, you're a great kid. Just great.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
Love you. Mark Fawcett has been with our staff for 3 years. And, what he's trying to do is to continue his current deal. Because, you know, we get a lot of groceries in here, and that's basically how he gets paid. Anyway, he's done Good Bets restaurants, lots of different things. He's done everything from people obsessed with Tony Orlando and Dawn, survivors of wild animal attacks, unusual birth stories. He's a very neat and tidy guy. And also, seriously, he is a very caring, talented, and resourceful and funny guy.
Funny, with great insight.
Yes, who is just a joy to have work on our staff. We are going to miss him. Also, he's getting married next week to the love of his life, Song Lo. As a matter of fact, there's only 400 people who are going to be in on this little
intimate
affair.
gathering.
It's going to be special. Anyway, what do you bring for us, Mark?
Well, I was looking back at, I'd been on the show a lot of times doing everything from modeling, boxer shorts, not anything wild, and Super Bowl boxer shorts to being in reenactments as a bad guy. I don't even look like a bad guy, I don't think. But
you were often the bad guy in those reenactments. Yes.
But I think one thing that I thought was funny from the past was 3 years ago when I was interning, we had household hints, and they called me, they said, get down here, we need you to demonstrate a household hint. And I had no idea what it was going to be, but threw me out on the set, and I guess it was a shaving cream hint. So Sharon, we had a lot of fun with this.
That's right, and you had to sell this, I remember.
Yes,
yeah.
Let's take a
You're
look.
wondering about what else you can do with shaving cream? Mark, who is on our staff, is going to show you how to use this as hair mousse. Have you ever done this?
No, I haven't, but we'll have to give it a try.
Do you use mousse?
Sometimes,
yeah. Because you have
I think
great
I have a little
hair.
too much, but we'll give it a try.
Oh, this is very attractive. Very attractive. They say if you run out of hair mousse, you can use shaving cream. Now wait, is this just going to, the white's going to disappear, you think?
You just work it in a little
How
bit.
do you know? You're so confident. You've never done this before.
Once you get it worked in, I think
Don't you go out with this man. This man comes to your door just having mousse tips. Over your forehead. Listen, Mark, why don't you just stand over there and we'll see if this kind of sinks in. Okay,
right.
We'll check in with you by the end of the show, because right now, frankly, not so great.
That was great.
I love
that.
Great job. Thank you.
Yep, we're going to miss you.
Yeah, we're going to miss you guys.
We're going to miss you guys.
You do
good luck.
Absolutely superb job.
I enjoyed watching the show because I knew it was taped in Minnesota, and I liked being involved in, or knowing what was going on in Minnesota from the show.
I enjoy all the recipes at this show.
I like the teamwork between Steven and Sharon, how close they are, and they make the show fun.
More behind the scenes of Good Company with our producers. Laura Smith came to us how long ago, Laura?
Well, it'll be 2 years in September.
Just 2 years you've been with us? She had a news background. Actually, had worked in the news department, came to us.
She had been a snooper for Joel
That's
Grover.
right.
When he does those undercover things, the person undercover is Laura. What?
Yeah, and you also had a little baby girl when you came with us.
Yep.
She was how old? Taylor was?
3 months old.
Only 3 months
that
old at the time.
That was kind of rough, but it started all at once, the baby, the job.
So what did you bring us?
We put her on TV since?
Well, actually, speaking of Taylor, as a new mom, it's kind of fun to feature your child on the show every once in a while in a fashion show or a do's and don'ts video. But unfortunately for her, the minute the camera would go on, Taylor would go off. And
whenever she's in the office, she's just the most well.
Yeah, she's so
Laura, I have to tell you
child.
What you tell all our guests, they
What?
shouldn't look at the audience, they should look at their cameras.
Oh, right.
She always tells them, don't let the audience look at the camera.
I don't know how to be a guest. I just
Right.
know how to be a producer. So
Right,
this
okay.
is a little different.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, okay. So let's see Taylor in her magic moments. Where am I looking? Okay, here she is, feature the daughter, and fortunately this was a video on how to handle temper tantrums, so it was finally a made-for-order one for
Right
Taylor.
on cue, she did that
yeah,
for you.
I knew she would be the perfect one. So anyways, here we throw our last temper tantrum.
Whoa, she goes for it.
We're ready to go. Oh, another one. And then of course there are the fashion shows where we know she's going to be perfect for those.
Taylor's first. There she is, the smiling
Oh.
Happy birthday, Taylor.
Pretty
Looking like a
Taylor.
ballerina.
Pretty
It's a
pink on
ballerina.
her, yes. Ballerina inspired.
Oh, she's thinking about all that work as a ballerina. I just want to have summer.
So you can use it for dance classes, your aerobic wear,
look.
play with.
You know, it is not easy to be a mom of a young child and to do this kind of work, and you have
Right,
done it
it's a
so
challenge.
well.
Thank you.
Yes, you really have.
Yeah.
Dedicated long hours.
Thank you. I can
Always
relate to a lot
responsible.
of the moms out there when I'm doing my segments.
Yeah, and
definitely.
we count on you for those insights, too.
So,
yeah,
thanks.
thank you.
Yeah, wonderful job. Now, Trish Shively has been in our staff for how long, Trish?
2 years, two and a half with an internship.
Yes, and she's done everything there is to do. She's produced, she's done really jack of all trades, office manager, anything you need done.
And always with great intensity.
Yes.
And always
Oh, yes.
very well.
You can really
Great.
always count
Count
on
on.
Trish to get the job done, with a little humor on top
Yeah.
of that. Yes. And also, what's unusual about Trish is she's also picked up many dates through, through working at our show.
It's true.
You really
This
have.
show is key for my social life.
Yeah. All right. Now what are we going to do? You have to join Great Expectations.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, that's what I wanted to show today. Is that two of the segments that I've been on have been key for my social life. The first one I was on for women who set up their ex-boyfriends on dates. So I went on this blind date and ended up going out with the guy for about a month and a half, or something like that.
Really?
Really. He was a really nice guy, just not the right one. And then one after that, I had to go out. I was a blonde for a weekend where I wore this long blonde wig and went out to the bars and the evening clubs and things like that to see what would happen, and that worked out pretty well too. I've heard about. I've never met him, but I've heard just really nice things
What'd
about
you
him.
hear?
Just that he's really nice, very polite, likes to go out and do fun things. So
Have you ever gone on a blind date before?
never.
You
I was standing by the door. He walked in and he had the zipper of his coat halfway down, and he looked at me and he said, I said, no. And he said, no, come here, really, it's okay. And I mean, I ended up talking. I had a date with him yesterday. What can I say? And I think it's time for another one. You know, if you're going to go one
Another
a year,
one?
it's time now. So give me a call.
That's right. Give Trish a call. And yep, she's serious. Trish, you've done a wonderful job for us.
Thank you.
Always there.
very
Dedicated and a lot of fun.
It's been great.
Thanks. You're great. Polacheski days are coming. Tammy and Rochelle are here to tell us about it.
Hi, I'm Tammy Jaskowiak, and I'm the Polacheski Queen. Here I have... I'm Rochelle, hi. And we have our junior royalty. This is Amber Klima, she's the queen, junior queen, and Jeffrey Pokanowski, who is the junior king.
Okay. And the days are coming.
August 5th, 6th, and 7th, and we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, so it'd be nice to see more people come.
Good. Have fun.
Thanks.
You guys deserve it. Good. Thank you. You guys are looking good. Thanks, gang.
All right. right, the countdown continues. One more good company left. As a matter of fact, we just had a terrific show. I'm sorry you missed it.
I didn't really watch Animaniacs. I watched Geraldo.
Oh, great.
Didn't he deliver that show well? All right. Thanks, honey. Join us. Oh, we have a surprise here.
Oh.
Wait a minute. It's Scott Hansen, the king of comedy from the Twin Cities. Hi, Scott.
Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
You finally got out of this. Isn't this a great thing?
This is really a surprise. I just brought you here.
Oh,
Take a look at you.
oh, you guys can't see him. That's right.
What'd you say?
Well, I just want to say, you know, you're looking at all the clips of all the wonderful people, and there's a lot of people. These people were on when they were big stars, but you had a lot of these comics on when they were nobodies. It was about 9 years ago. You had Roseanne on.
True.
Yeah. And Louie before they were anybody.
Yeah.
And that's what you've done for the community and the town here, and I thank you very much.
And we're still nobodies.
And now you've got, well, you know what? But you got some time off, so I've got some tickets here. Come into the Comedy Gallery and have some fun.
Okay,
right,
thank
we'll
you, Scott. Scott Hansen.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. How sweet.
Tomorrow we're going to have some highlights going back over the years. We hope you'll join us for our last good company.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Now, Trish Shively has been in our staff for how long, Trish?
2 years, two and a half with an internship.
Yes, and she's done everything there is to do. She's produced, she's done really jack of all trades, office manager, anything you need done.
And always with great intensity.
Yes.
And always very well.
You can really
Great.
always count on
on.
Trish to get the job done, with a little humor on top
Well,
of
thank
that. Yes. And also, what's unusual about Trish is she's also picked up many dates through, through working at our show.
It's true.
You really have.
This show is key for my social life.
Yeah. Now what are we going to do? You'll have to join Great Expectations.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, that's what I wanted to show today. Is that two of the segments that I've been on have been key for my social life. The first one I was on for women who set up their ex-boyfriends on dates. So I went on this blind date and ended up going out with the guy for about a month and a half or something like that.
Really?
Really. He was a really nice guy, just not the right one. And then one after that, I had to go out. I was a blonde for a weekend where I wore this long blonde wig and went out to the bars and the evening clubs and things like that to see what would happen. And that worked out pretty well, too. I've heard about I've never met him, but I've heard just really nice things about him.
What'd you hear?
Just that he's really nice, very polite, likes to go out and do fun things, so.
Have you ever gone on a blind date before?
Never. I was standing by the door. He walked in and he had the zipper of his coat halfway down, and he looked at me and he said, I said, no. And he said, no, come here, really, it's okay. And I mean, I ended up talking. I had a date with him yesterday. What can I say? And I think it's time for another one. You know, if you're going to go one a year, it's time now. So give me a call.
That's right. Give Trish a call. And yep, she's serious. Trish, you've done a wonderful job for us. Thank you. Always there. Dedicated and a lot of fun.